Hollywood loves a comeback story. But when it comes to Meagan Good, her journey's been anything but ordinary. From a little girl in Los Angeles hustling her way onto TV sets, to a breakout star in Eve's Bayou, Meagan quickly proved she wasn't just another pretty face. By the 2000s, she was everywhere. You Got Served, Stomp the Yard, Think Like a Man movies that defined a generation. She had it all, the looks, the talent, and the spotlight. But behind the glitz and glam, Hollywood had other plans. She was typecast, doubted, and even written off. Just when her career soared, her personal life became the story: her high-profile marriage to Devin Franklin, their shocking divorce after nearly a decade, and the whispers that followed. And just when fans thought she couldn't surprise them anymore, Meagan reemerged, standing by Jonathan Majors, the actor at the center of one of Hollywood's biggest scandals. The headlines exploded. Was she risking her career? Or writing a new chapter on her own terms? Is not just the story of an actress. This is the rise, the heartbreak, the controversy, and the shocking comeback of Meagan Good. And trust me, you don't know the half of it. Before the red carpets, before the scandals, before the headlines, there was just a little girl named Meagan Monique Good. Born on August 8, 1981, in Panorama City, Los Angeles, Meagan grew up surrounded by the entertainment industry, but nothing was handed to her. While other kids spent their days playing outside, Meagan was auditioning, memorizing lines, and learning how to shine in front of the camera. By the age of 4, she was already appearing in commercials. Her early childhood wasn't about fame or money, it was about determination. Meagan's mother worked as her manager, pushing her to take every opportunity. She landed small roles in TV shows like Doogie Howser, MD, and Amen, testing the waters of Hollywood. But in 1997, everything changed. At just 16 years old, Meagan starred in the critically acclaimed film Eve's Bayou, alongside Samuel L. Jackson. Her performance as Cicely Batiste stunned audiences and critics alike. This wasn't just another child star, this was real talent. Eve's Bayou earned her award nominations and instantly put her on Hollywood's radar. Still, the path wasn't smooth. Even with her breakout role, Meagan faced an industry that didn't always know what to do with a young black actress. She was offered roles that boxed her in the sidekick, the pretty girl, the background character. But instead of fading into the shadows, Meagan embraced the grind. Throughout the late 90s and early 2000s, she built her resume brick by brick. She appeared in cult classics like Friday and the Nickelodeon series Cousin Skeeter, which gave her a loyal young fan base. But behind the scenes, Meagan was restless. She didn't just want to be a familiar face, she wanted to be unforgettable. Every audition, every rejection, every small role was leading her to something bigger. Hollywood didn't know it yet, but Meagan Good was just getting started. By the early 2000s, Meagan had carved out a place for herself in Hollywood, but it wasn't enough. She wasn't satisfied with being the cute face in the background. She wanted roles that would stick in people's memories. And soon, those roles began to arrive. In 2003, Meagan appeared in Deliver Us from Eva, a romantic comedy alongside Gabrielle Union, LL Cool J, and Essence Atkins. The movie gave her a chance to showcase her charm and comedic timing, and audiences started to take notice. That same year, she played a bold young agent in DEBS, a quirky spy comedy that later became a cult favorite. But 2004 would prove to be her turning point. Meagan starred in You Got Served, one of the most iconic dance films of its time. The Inexistable movie, filled with hip-hop battles, music, and youth culture, became a box office smash and turned Meagan into a fan favorite. Suddenly, she wasn't just the pretty girl, she was part of a cultural moment. That same energy carried into Roll Bounce in 2005, where she starred alongside Bow Wow and Nick Cannon. Set in the roller skating era of the late 1970s, the film was both nostalgic and fresh. Once again, Meagan shined on screen, proving she could hold her own next to rising stars and industry veterans. But Meagan wasn't afraid to experiment. While many actresses stuck to one genre, she moved across comedy, romance, and drama with ease. In Waist Deep, 2006, she took on a grittier, edgier role opposite Tyrese Gibson. The film explored crime, love, and survival, and Meagan's performance showed Hollywood a darker, more mature side of her talent. Still, her journey wasn't easy. For every hit, there were struggles. Hollywood continued to stereotype her, often casting her as the sexy side character rather than the leading lady. And yet, Meagan refused to let those roles define her. She became the actress people remembered, whether it was in a blockbuster or a smaller indie film. Slowly but surely, she was building her reputation not just as a beautiful face, but as an actress who could bring life, fire, and depth to every role she touched. By the late 2000s, Meagan Good was no longer just another young actress trying to break through. She was becoming a star. And soon, her biggest roles, the ones that would make her a household name, were just around the corner. By the late 2000s, Meagan Good was no longer the rising star, she was the star. With cult classics under her belt, she stepped into a new chapter: box office success, primetime television, and a personal life that had the blogs working overtime. In 2007, she joined the hit film Stomp the Yard, standing alongside Columbus Short and Chris Brown. The movie was a cultural phenomenon, blending music, dance, and drama, and Meagan's role added depth and heart to the story. It was another step towards cementing her as one of Hollywood's most bankable young stars. Then came Think Like a Man in 2012, based on Steve Harvey's best-selling book. The film was a massive hit, grossing over $100 million worldwide. Meagan's performance, full of charm and vulnerability, connected with audiences everywhere. Suddenly, she wasn't just in movies people liked, she was in blockbusters people couldn't stop talking about. But while her career soared, her personal life was just as much in the spotlight. Rumors swirled about Meagan's dating life throughout the late 2000s, from whispers linking her to rappers like 50 Cent, to speculation about secret Hollywood flings. Meagan's name was constantly in the headlines. Some reports painted her as the heartbreaker, others as the one chasing love in an industry that rarely allows it. Yet, through all the gossip, Meagan kept her head high. She was determined not to let the tabloids define her. In fact, she shocked everyone when she announced her engagement to Hollywood producer and preacher Devin Franklin in 2012. Fans were stunned. This wasn't just a Hollywood romance. This was a faith-based love story. Together, they co-wrote a best-selling book, The Way, encouraging couples to practice celibacy before marriage. The couple became a symbol of love, faith, and discipline in a town known for its chaos. While her marriage was making headlines, her career kept growing. She balanced roles in comedy, horror, and action. She starred in Anchorman 2: The Legend Continues, faced chilling scares in The Unborn and Saw V, and stepped into television with Deception on NBC and Minority Report on Fox. She proved she wasn't afraid of risks, whether on screen or in life. But as Hollywood fans cheered for her box office wins, many whispered that the pressure of balancing fame, faith, and love would one day come crashing down. And when it finally did, the entire world was watching. For nearly a decade, Meagan Good and Devin Franklin were the couple everyone admired. She was the Hollywood starlet, he was the preacher and film executive. Together, they built an image of faith, discipline, and unshakable love. Their book, The Wait, became a bestseller. Their interviews inspired millions, and their marriage was seen as proof that fairy tales could exist, even in Hollywood. But in December 2021, the fairy tale ended. Devin filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. Fans were shocked. How could Hollywood's power couple, the duo that preached patience, purity, and prayer, suddenly fall apart? The tabloids had a field day, and for the first time in years, Meagan wasn't in the spotlight for her work, she was in it for her heartbreak. And yet, as the world speculated, Meagan showed resilience. Instead of hiding, she stepped back into the public eye with grace. She leaned on her projects, starring in the hit series Harlem and reprising her role in Shazam! Fury of the Gods. It seemed like she was channeling her pain into her work, proving that the screen was still her sanctuary. But just when fans thought Meagan's story was settling, another headline exploded. In 2023, she was linked to actor Jonathan Majors, the same Jonathan facing legal battles and public backlash after shocking allegations surfaced. Hollywood gasped. Social media lit up. How could Meagan, fresh from a painful divorce, step into a relationship already drowning in controversy? The blogs called it reckless. Critics said she was ruining her comeback, but Meagan didn't flinch. She stood by Jonathan, showing up in court by his side, hand in hand, unfazed by the cameras or the whispers. Some called it love, others called it career suicide, but one thing was clear: Meagan Good was once again refusing to live by anyone's script but her own. Today, Meagan continues to balance the chaos of her personal life with the demands of Hollywood. Harlem remains a fan favorite, her film roles keep her relevant, and her unapologetic choices make her one of the most talked about women in entertainment. Through it all, child stardom, cult classics, box office hits, heartbreak, and controversy, Meagan Good has proven one thing above all: she's a survivor. She doesn't just bounce back, she comes back stronger, louder, and unafraid of the spotlight. And maybe that's the real story here. Meagan Good isn't just an actress, she's a fighter. She's the woman Hollywood tried to box in, the tabloids tried to define, and life tried to break. But she's still here, shining, thriving, and writing a comeback no one saw coming. So the question remains, will Meagan Good's next chapter finally silence the critics? Or is the drama just getting started? One thing's for sure, the story is far from over.